mistakes now, 'cause I don't wanna stay, wanna live my own life, wanna feel passion for something or someone that makes my world turn upside down, wanna give it up for something or someone that's better than this. So don't be too offended, I had to leave, there's nothing in for me, no, I'm not fitting in, I packed my things to go. Am I being naive? But it's my choice to make, it's my new rebellious way. Choice to make, it's my new rebellious way.
Happy Tuesday. How is everyone? Lots of news to get through today. This is what I kind of like about doing a podcast that's a little bit later, because literally just in the last hour, we've had some amazing news come in about Harry and People magazine, and some more exclusives. So thank you everybody for joining. 300 plus in the chat already. Thumbs up and hit that subscribe button, please. If we can get to 9,000 subscribers before the end of the month, that will be amazing. Everyone can hear me, right? Thank you everyone who has watched the interview from yesterday. I think that's probably one of that is my most watched video of the month, and will probably end up being one of my most watched videos of all time. 17,000 views already. I did not expect such a response, and I'm glad that you enjoyed that interview. It was amazing to hear from someone actually on the ground. I did reach out to quite a few people, and there are some people who have met Harry and Meghan who just didn't want to speak publicly. They wanted to keep the moment to themselves. And that's fine, but I'm really happy that we managed to get that interview with Peace, and she was wonderful, and thank you so much for all of your kind words and feedback. So hello to everyone in the chat. Elaine, Polena, hi. Edna, who I haven't seen in a while. Oh, hi, Elect Lady, haven't seen your name in a while. Hi, Denise, Madison, Susie. Hello, hello. Carolyn, hi. Hi, Annie, Ethany, Mary, Marie. Let's see, Rosa, Betty. Rory, saw the brunch pics. Oh, thank you so much. Yeah, the guy was like, nah, can't match up to this girl. I'm out, which is fine with me. Thank you, Rory. Hello, Lorna. Hello, Marie. Anna, hi. Hi, Lydia. Gwendolyn. Dory. Hi, Legs. Brenda, Carolyn, Vivian. Oh, bonjour, Vivian. Chippadilly, hi. Julianne. Ty. Pia McBrown. That's not a name I think I've seen before. SM Do. Great to see you at the start as well. Don't think I've seen your name before either. Hi, Patricia Nixon. Carolyn. Hi, Kat Harlem. Terry H. Hi. All right. I think. Hi, Sylvia. I think all of the usuals are here. So let's get started. Let me just scroll down. All right. So Meghan has indeed gone home, but Harry is carrying on doing his thing, and he, of course, will be here until the very, very end. And we did have some pictures come out of Meghan at the embassy, at the British embassy in the Netherlands. So we actually saw pictures of her going into some kind of event or building wearing this outfit, but there wasn't really a lot of details on what happened inside. But we now know that she spent time with members of Team GB and their families. So Harry and Meghan have really come out for Team GB because obviously UK officials just have not. They had to get to The Hague. So by the way, guys, I'm doing the podcast in a different room of the house today, and it's usually the room that doesn't have the best Wi-Fi. So if there are issues with the sound, oh gosh. Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. Okay. Just give me 1 sec, guys, because I may actually have to move before we continue. I think I've figured out what the problem is now. Uh, music on. I'm gonna do this. Okay, we're gonna try this again. And if we get more problems, just please do bear with me. Do tell me in the chat if it does get really, really bad. But we're just gonna do our best and get through it, because at least I know now it had something to do with the room that I'm in. So let's just persevere for today, peeps, and I promise to get that. I promise to get that sorted. I love that you enjoy the music. Okay, so yes, that was Meghan at the embassy, doing some painting, and it looks like that's the Ukrainian flag. So probably doing some tributes for the Ukrainian team. And yeah, so she's gone home now to Lily and Archie. But Harry is continuing. And the first exclusive we got yesterday was that he did an interview with the Today Show. Now, the lady in question that he was interviewed by, I don't know who this individual is, but I've been told she's a little bit like Wendy Williams, that she's a bit of a troublemaker. I can't imagine that Harry's team would have decided to have him be interviewed with her if it wasn't at least somewhat controlled. So I have faith in Harry and Meghan's team. So if she's a little bit of a troublemaker, that's a shame. Um, but I'm sure she would have been told to behave herself for this interview. Um, I'm sure that we'll probably be able to watch this on YouTube eventually. I don't know the exact time and date that it's on, but those of you who have access to the Today Show over in the US, I'm sure you can watch it. But I'm sure it'll be on social media, on all of the Squaddy accounts. I'll definitely post it on the Duchess of Success Instagram as soon as it goes live. And we also have a second exclusive from People Magazine. They Harry did an interview with People, and I was quite shocked about this one, but I guess it does show that um, I guess it does show that People has moved on. But they had a editor who was from the UK, and now they have an editor who is from the US, and she has said very positive things about about Harry and Meghan in the past. Okay, so some of you are saying that you never heard Hodder shade anyone. I don't know anything about her, if I'm honest. This is just what I've heard other squaddies say. So you tell me whether or not that is or isn't true, because I don't really know a whole lot about um, American anchors. So in the People magazine piece, he said the following. Life is full of extraordinary gifts and challenges, many that can be seen as lessons. He said, over time, I've learned that how we mentally approach and react to the ups and downs, those gifts and challenges is what helps. There is nowhere you can feel more embraced and supported than with the Invictus family. The Toronto Games were our first time out and about publicly in an official way. We were dating at the time, so it was a lot to take in, but fortunately, we were with the perfect community for that. He goes on to say, being a dad certainly adds another layer to it. When I was in the army, I promised myself I would be out before having a wife and kids, because I couldn't imagine the heartache of being apart for so long during deployment, the risk of possibly getting injured, and the reality that my family's lives could be changed forever if that happened. Every member of the Invictus community has experienced varying degrees of these things. I have tremendous respect for what they and their families sacrificed in the name of service. Now, 5 years later, here we are in The Hague at the fifth Invictus Games as parent of two, living in the US. I had always wanted incredible moments, someone special, and to have Meg by my side means everything. How lovely. So heartfelt from Harry. And, do we expect anything less at this point? These are also recent pictures Harry just having a great time, living his best life, playing some table tennis. Alita is supposed to be on this evening in the US on MSN. Okay, there you've heard it from Alita. Um, Kat Harlem, Honda is suspect. She's very shade at the Sussexes and act like she doesn't understand privacy. Okay. Marina, she's not like Wendy Williams, but she's a bit shady towards Meghan, especially. All right. That's good to know. Sylvia Duchess, people were always favorable towards Harry, even with the previous editors. Well, it's not that they necessarily weren't favorable. It's just that they were clearly also working to push the Cambridges, despite what we now know about their involvement in the smear campaign with Harry and Meghan. So it's like they were playing both sides, even though one side was a bad side. Rory B, if it's Hodder interviewing Harry, she used to be a hard-hitting, tough new reporter until NBC moved her to lighter news on Today. She's Egyptian, born in the US. She might be provocative, but I hope fair. Okay. Now, I don't think she's gonna say anything too controversial. I just don't see any of the US anchors doing that, just because this is to do with servicemen and women. It's been fabulous for the Sussexes. Very, very successful event, regardless of how much the UK press wants to play their games. Okay. People Magazine deleted positive articles about Meghan. Well, they also deleted the article under the last editor. They also deleted the article about the trolls and Christopher Boozy's report about the trolls. So they were definitely suspect. Yeah, so there's that. Some more lovely pictures from Harry's BBC interview, some close-ups. You can see the California sun's definitely given him a nice colour. The sparkly blue eyes that Meghan gets to stare at every single day. Found this picture from Chris Jackson, who actually photographs the royals quite a lot. And he says in his tweet, tattoos form such an important part of the culture of not just the competitors at Invictus, but veterans as a whole. I've seen some incredible ones during my time at all the games over the years. This chap had one dedicated to this year's competition. Absolutely amazing. Of course, it was meant to be held in 2020, but because of the pandemic, it was moved forward to 2023. So I mean, I do have quite a number of tattoos myself, and they all mean something very special to me. Maybe one day I'll show them all to you in some pictures. I have like a sakyant on my upper back, which is like a traditional Thai tattoo, and I have quite a few different tattoos from my travels. So I definitely understand why they mean dedicated to Invictus. And also coming out of Invictus are some other very inspirational pictures. This was a picture of a South Korean athlete who's a double amputee, no arms, but giving it his absolute all. And this really, I think these two pictures sum up the heart of Invictus: strength, dedication, motivation, discipline, heart, love, and family, all in one, summed up in these amazing pictures. And this is what they just cannot take away from Harry. And as Angela Taylor put it on Twitter, she said, "To the delusional haters who wants to still Prince Harry and Invictus to his Invictus by himself in 2014. Then from then on, it has gone on from strength to strength. Harry's hard work, charisma, and good heart is what got him to what he is and not his family. And that is so true. And I think these pictures really capture the essence of Invictus. Peace Mora, it really shows the kind of people Harry and Meghan are, very kind. They are free without resentment, their success will continue. Yeah, and they're just trying to live their best lives. They just really couldn't give a 2 cents about what is going on with the British press and their craziness. But nonetheless, we will continue to call it out because it needs to be called out. But as far as Harry and Meghan are concerned, they have moved up and moved on. And the British press and the remaining members of the royals, the royal family, sorry, are acting like the ex that just can't get over that they were dumped. Rahini, why is there very little about the British Invictus team on UK media, or is it me? No, it's not just you. It's not just you at all. And the British press are choosing to engage in drama instead of promoting the athletes, which is just ridiculous. Okay, we have a troll. Trolls be gone. We have troll spray. Do not come in here. Anna, tattoos are art. Each has a different meaning to yourself. That's a part of your life. Absolutely. That's why I like to get tattoos when I travel because um, I feel like I leave- Mm. Okay, so that is that. Also, um, okay, before I get into the more negative stuff, a lot of people have been talking about Meghan's skin and how amazing her skin looks and what her skincare routine is. So we don't know exactly what her skincare routine is at the moment, but I did manage to hunt down some archives from the TIG, and this was a blog post that she did about um, her skincare. So if anybody wanted to have at least a small clue of what she does with her skin, this is what she wrote um, back some time ago. She wrote, when I was 13 years old, my mum had me start glacials in my hometown of Los skin in products, some fruit she picked up for her because she's thoughtful that way. Oh, Doria. And we would drive home with my mum, every little bird in my ear saying, you must always take care of your skin. Oh my goodness, do I get it now? Being in layers of makeup on set for work, there's nothing I relish more than days off with a freshly scrubbed face, and to feel confident in my skin requires a bit of maintenance, from drinking loads of water to always applying sunblock and getting a facial as often oh, my mic is glitching, as possible. My hair pick again and 16. Okay, as soon as my audio stops glitching, please do let me know. But everything I'm saying is on the screen. Gosh, zero dear. Okay, is everyone kind of able to hear me now? Is okay? My sound is a little bit better now. All right, all right. I'm so sorry, guys. We will get this sorted out. Um, okay, that happened. coming or going, is it going into or coming out of Windsor Castle? And as Henry VIII put it so well, she said, so just to be clear, literal days after Harry and Meghan are critiqued for not being photographed inside of Windsor, somehow the Daily Mail gets a hold of shots of the Cambridges inside of Windsor. You cannot make this up. And so, I mean, what else is there to say? How is it that we've never seen the other pictures of the Cambridges really starting to feel sorry for the Cambridges? I just don't understand what the goal is, what they hope to accomplish with this. And again, it goes back to what we always say, instead of focusing on, projects and things that would actually um, create impact, they're focusing on weird photo shoots and bringing out the kids. And as Julia on Twitter said, it's the way how the Paps have been unable to take shots of Archie and Lily in paparazzi heaven, the USA, but the Queen has paparazzis camping outside her very secure and private. Um, and then, of course, we have more from the tabloids, focusing on anything and everything except for the actual Invictus Games about Harry and Meghan's security. And we know there is obviously the lawsuit going on with Harry and Meghan's security in the UK at the moment. And so for them to be focusing on, whatever security they have, in The Hague, they have been secured very, very well. I'm not going to show the video, but there were police motorcades for Harry and Meghan, so they have been protected very, very well there. And quite frankly, they deserve it, because the amount of attention, the amount of tourism that they have brought to The Hague is pretty much paid for itself. So I'm glad that they have in the Netherlands. I think it's absolutely ridiculous that they're focusing on Harry and Meghan's security in the Sun newspaper. And of course, they just had to mention that it was Obama's bodyguard. Really and truly, like, who cares? But this is what they choose to focus on instead of the British athletes. And some great commentary from Twitter. Vanessa saying, the way the British media hasn't recovered from the secret visit to Betty, the way they obsess over the faves' whereabouts and demand to know every single detail. They're not fans anymore. They are air conditioners. Absolutely, Vanessa. They are air conditioners. They've gone beyond being fans. Joanne and Zuzi saying, seems to me that the British media want some of that Sussex sparkle to jazz up an event that the rest of the world will probably ignore if Harry and Meghan are present. Of course, referring to the Jubilee. And we know that it's the press that want them to go to the Jubilee. It's not the other members of the royal family who don't want to be overshadowed. And I love Busy Royals, who says, even in the midst of the most vile attacks, not once have Harry and Meghan ever been tempted to roll out their children to use as a deflection. And that is the beauty of the life that they chose. And I absolutely 100% agree with that, because we knew, as usual, that the Cambridges would bring out their kids. And I've said over and over again that the kids do not need to be part of this drama. They need to be protected. And just more spin about the Queen inviting the Sussexes to the Jubilee. And here's the thing about this. As I always say, and I think we've all kind of come to an agreement in the squad, if it does not come from Harry and Meghan's team, then we just have to just write it off as hearsay. But my question is, if Harry and Meghan choose to go to the Jubilee, and I don't know if they will, I think the verdict is still out. But what are they going to? They're going back to a place in a situation where they were abused, they're going into a situation that they have no control over, where they can be used in many different ways. We saw when Harry went back to Philip's funeral, the story was spun into, Kate the Peacemaker. So personally, I don't think that it's going to be to Harry and Meghan's um, benefit to go back and um, and take part in the Jubilee. I just don't think it will be to their benefit, because really and truly, what are they going to get out of it other than to be used as a shield, to be bullied even more, to if the Jubilee goes wrong and it's popular, they'll get blamed for it, even though they're probably going to be the only reason watching. So for me, um, maybe tune in via video message, give a nice video message. But do I think they should go? No, I just don't think there's anything that's going to benefit them by going. The only last thing that I had to say was Rebecca Sussex, who has a great account. She made a very interesting point about Cara Middleton and party pieces, saying that I've always said that I don't necessarily think Carol is doing anything bad, but if anyone reading this is being objective, if it was Doria, we already know what kind of headlines to expect, just realizing again just how low-key Doria is, and I love her for it. And I agree. I don't think there's anything pieces. Jubilee, they are a party company. Every single party company is going to be selling stuff for the Jubilee. It's just a double standard in absolutely everything to do with this family. And she's absolutely right in saying that if it was Doria, people would have a hell of a lot to say. So that's all I really wanted to say. There were a couple other points about some other things, but I feel like the audio continues to be a pain in the neck. So actually no, there was one last thing I wanted to say. This came out about the Queen's dresser, Angela Kelly, I believe her name is. And first and foremost, I'm very much surprised that this even came out, that this woman is right. She's one of the Queen's closest aides. So for her to speak this candidly, I was very, very surprised about this. So one of the Queen's top aides relied on a stiff drink to manage the stress of styling the monarch's hair during lockdown. Angela Kelly, Her Majesty's personal advisor and curator, was left in charge of the rollers when Her Majesty's hairdresser was no longer able to visit because of the pandemic. She said that from March 20th, 2020 onwards, I washed the Queen's hair every week, set and styled it, and even trimmed it. She said that the Queen knew I was nervous, and during the first 2 weeks I was shaking. I had only done her hair once or twice before while on board the Royal Yacht Britannia. She said that the Queen was kind and advised me to put the rollers in. She then added confident. The Queen thought pressing at me, don't do that. Do this. She then goes on to say that, so while the Queen was under the dryer, I said to her, I'm off for a stiff drink because this is so stressful, getting it just right for you. In a new chapter to update her book, The Other Side of the Coin, The Queen, the Dresser and the Wardrobe, for the Queen's Platinum Jubilee, Angela said, after a much needed rest, I returned to the dressing room to comb out the Queen's hair ready to style. I must have used a whole can of hairspray. The routine was set, and Lucy and then she then goes on to say, had a gin and tonic ready and waiting for me each time I came back upstairs. So in conclusion, this woman basically had to just to do the Queen's hair. I don't they think, but I don't think this makes look very good. This woman has been known to actually get into fights with other staff members, and she was also rumored to be the woman who stopped um, Meghan from wearing tiaras, and was possibly responsible for that whole tiara gate situation. So yeah, I don't really know what the point of this was, because it just kind of makes the Queen look bad, and it makes Angela look a bit crazy. But that was all I had to say for today. Again, guys and dolls, I'm so sorry for the sound. We will get it right eventually. Through day. Esmondu, as much as I would love to see the kids, I hope they take them to see the Queen and nothing more than that. Sister and Goldilocks children were rarely seen prior to Meghan. People used to refer to them as seen lots because the children were rarely seen. Now Balding is using the kids for good publicity. Well, I don't agree with using the kids at all, especially not for publicity. They deserve a private life, at least while they're still children. Marina, the Queen didn't say that she might not even be on the balcony. Well, of course, at this point, we have to just assume everything that comes out of these papers is just PR spin. Legs, additionally, if they go back, who can bet the family are going to try to put them in some place that for me, it's not even like, whether or not they stand in the back, just make them look bad, period. Especially in a situation like that where they're not necessarily in full control. But, I think at this point, I have faith in Harry and Meghan to make the best choice. Yes, Joan, Invictus has been amazing and great, despite all efforts by the British press to make everything a drama. It's been a success, and I think next year it's going to be even better. Okay, I'm going to give someone the last word of the day, and then we will just wrap it up, because I think the sound has been really, really bad today, and I don't want to keep you guys any longer if we can't get it sorted. But thank you, everyone, as always, for coming. Cho, yeah, she was dubbed Machine Gun Kelly, and they all unhinged and complicit, but blew up over when things go awry. Yeah, she got into a fight with was it like a pastry chef or something? Really random. Yes, Haggy, I think Harry is opening up a bit more as time goes on, as he heals from the hurt. Absolutely. Yes, Gwendolyn, I have loved seeing Harry and Meghan shine as well. And with that, we will call it a day. Have a wonderful day, everyone. Tomorrow there will be a podcast, but because I'm going out in the evening, it's going to be a lot earlier in the day. So just keep a note. There will be a podcast, but it's going to be a little bit earlier. So yeah, thank you so much all for coming and for putting up with the awful sound. I will see you all tomorrow. Bye.
I know I messed it up, but in my soul, I feel a love for you that's out of control. Sometimes I feel like I can make you whole.